Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading, and I hope you're very well. The time is 8:26 a.m. UK time, and I'm sitting here with the guys in the trading room and looking at the markets. I haven't found anything as yet to trade, so just patiently waiting and seeing how these markets are going to set themselves up this morning. Bit of choppiness, like on the dollar yen, so unwilling to go in, even though it's sort of gradually grinding its way lower, making at the moment it has done overnight, but the price action overall I'm still a little bit unsure of, so just holding back at the moment, watching a couple of other markets off screen. So I shall press pause and hopefully something crops up as we go through the morning. Okay, just back, and finally just sort of finding something maybe. This Aussie dollar, it's come down. It's been coming down all night, all morning and overnight, and so it's just doing this little bounce at the moment. So I've just as I've pressed play, it's just come off a little bit. So on a side, there we go, to get a better entry. So I've put in one entry in at 97 point something. Then I've just got in at 97. But I'm staggering my entries here on the Aussie dollar because I think there's potential to come up a little bit more. So I just wanted to get one entry in, and then I'll get my entries staggered in. So I've got one in at 97. Obviously, I can go up to 6 entries when I'm doing this on a Friday morning. So I want to get these entries in. As far as stops are concerned, I'm going to put my stop up around about 69.15, so around about there. So up here, that'll be where I'll be putting those stops, I think. Actually, still looks a bit tight. No, it's going to have to be up at 69.20. So I've got one unit in so far, and I'll get these extra units in, and I'll be putting my stop up at 69.20. So it'll be 23 pips on that first entry, but it'll be obviously less than that. A lot less than that on the seconds and thirds. Right, so we're coming up to the second level. So second unit short to 03. Actually, I'll get a third one in. Oh, just about to say I'll get a third one in, but missed that entry at the moment. The reason I've put that one in is we've just come up to the outer bands on the hourly chart. So that was what I was waiting for, to hit the outer band here on the hourly chart. So I wanted to be in. Sometimes you still want to be in on the smaller time frame, just in case, but as almost as like a throwaway almost sometimes when it's in a trend-based trade like this. But the second unit's in, but we'll see if it can still hold up around there, and I can get one or two more units in. I'm not feeling the love so much that I feel like I need to put in lots of units this morning, because I do feel that, I was just saying to the guys in the trading room, I feel a little bit late to the party, in that this Aussie dollar has been coming down, as you can see, all night, and in this last bar here, this red bar that we can see here, that last bar was there was some high volume come in down there, so I'm conscious of that as well. So I've got something in. We shall see how it's going to play out. So, and what I'll be looking for is a first target actually down. The first target has to be down here at this closing price down here. So let's bring up the deal tickets. If it's just going to come straight down here, then the first target is this closing price here. So if we come straight down for oh, hold on a second. No, it's not that level. My apologies. There's a certain setup that we're playing at the moment, and I'm using the wrong level, I think. Let me just double check off screen. No, it's at 88. First target's at 88. So that probably is that same level actually. So I'll just move that deal ticket off screen for the time being. I shall put it over there. So as it currently stands, I've only got those 2 units in, so we'll see. It's just bobbing around at the moment, but I shall press pause for the minute. First target will be there. Second target will be down at 76. So let's just see. I was about to press pause, but we're getting closer towards that first target, so we'll just see if it's going to come straight down for it or not. It might just be probing these lower bands at the moment. Yeah, okay, I'll press pause. Okay, so I'm closing out here at 71, 72, so I've got a much better price. Oh no, it's not let me. Let's try another ticket, the other ticket, 72. So, and actually close out in total really, because we've hit the level, the daily S2, so the target's done. I was just out actually putting my second breakfast on. It's 9:15, and I was literally doing that, and obviously then I thought, oh, better just check how this Aussie's getting on. So whilst I was in the kitchen, I just checked. So anyway, I can't show you the account as always, but at the moment because I'm in permanent swing trades. But it's just banked £359 this morning on that one. So the two entries were at 97 and 03, and we got lucky because it all of a sudden just has rolled over. It could go a lot lower, but the target was the daily S2 pivot overall. So I've made what's that? 24 points on the first half and 28 pips on the second half. So I only got the 2 units in this morning, but it's banked enough, so it's £359 this morning. So I'll press pause for now, and we'll come back to this. Okay, so just back, and it's just after 10 a.m. and I'm seeing maybe some potential on the euro dollar. It's had a bit of a run up. I'm looking for this pullback, which is getting closer. I'm actually looking at the 5-minute 21, but also the 15-minute lower band. The 15-minute band's a little bit lower, so I'm looking for the 15-minute lower band. So just an overshoot of the 5-minute 21 to get to the 15-minute lower band. But all I'm going to do is put a half lot trade on. So I've just changed the size down here. In light of the first trade was good enough this morning to not have to trade again. So I'll just put the half lot trade in to protect the downside if this trade doesn't work out. But if this trade works out, then it's going to be a long, and it will be, we're looking for 25 at a minimum. So, but I've got a suspicion, now we're into mid-morning, that this could now just be going into consolidation mode, in which case I want to give it a slightly wider stop. So I'm going to have a stop down here, and then we'll see if it can go up later. I don't know if it may take until this afternoon to do that, so we shall see. Better press pause for the minute then. Okay, so the euro's come down to that level I was looking for, so I still think it could go lower, but I've put that just... Okay, so I've just gone long there. I think it was around about 98 I've just got. Let's have a look. Yeah, so at 98. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it's a half lot. It's only a small trade, so let's bring up the deal ticket. Sorry, the ticket with the stop. So I'm going to put the stop in, and I think I've got to give it enough slack to potentially come down to the 30-minute bands. But I'll give it about 85. So in fact it's not too big a stop actually. So putting a stop down here at 85. It's still below the 5-minute 50 and giving it enough slack. And then, but we'll see if this is just going to bounce around and then maybe come up later on. So I'll put that in at 85. Now I'm not going to be around. No, I am around later. I am around. But I'm going to put an order in. So I'm going to put an order in at 109.25. So so it's all done. So the trade's in at 98. Was it 98? Yeah, 98.4 I got in at, and we'll just see what happens now. But I've downsized because of the I don't want to give back the gains that we've already made now from that Aussie dollar trade. So the Aussie dollar banked 300 and what was it? £359, and so the max loss I can lose on this will only be, whatever, not a lot. If it's 12 pips, it'll be about 60, maybe around about 50 or 60 pounds. That'll be it. Okay, I shall press pause for now. Video. Okay, so we've been sat through this euro dollar. As you can see, I took the trade, remember, back at the low here, left the stop down at 85. You can see it went up, it came down, and now it's come all the way back up again because I had to be prepared for that, for it to go into a range after the morning run and then go into a range. But having said that, now it's come all the way back up here, back up to these highs again. I think I can move the stop up a little bit now. So let me just get the deal tickets up. Remember the target's only at the target is at 25. So it's not too far away from where we currently are. I've actually got the level in. So I will move this stop up now. Remember, I was in at 98. I could move the stop to break even. I think, yeah, now it looks like it's breaking out. So, but it's always the potential that it blips back down again and goes. But I guess we'll move the stop to break even. Now it is breaking out here. So let's do that. So finally, but interestingly, and I think this is a really important point today, that of sitting through a trade and not always moving that stop to break even too soon, because after this initial move I knew that the market still had the potential to want to come down and test some longer time frame moving averages. And so I had to, of course I could have sat there, moved the stop up, been in a risk-free trade, moved the stop to break even and not lost anything, but then I wouldn't have necessarily been in with a gain. And hopefully this time it's going to get up there and break up to that level anyway. So we shall see. But I have moved that stop to break even this time, and hopefully then it will continue this time. So I have now finally moved the stop. It's been a great example of having to sit through delayed gratification, so to speak, and not, the target was right up off screen still, but and not moving that stop too aggressively too quickly, otherwise I would have just been out. Now I have moved the stop now, but now it's come up for a second time. Hopefully, all right, it can pull off again, but hopefully it holds up generally and then goes. We shall see. I'll press pause. Sorry, one of our traders has just told me that I said just a minute ago that there was news in 25 minutes. There isn't. I'm leaving the trading room in 25 minutes, but I'll still be doing this recording if I'm still in this trade, going into the news. So we shall see. I'll press pause for now. The news is at 1:30. It's now 20 to 1. Now, interestingly, just back here, look what's happened. Trailed that stop up as we looked like we were breaking out to new highs, and all it's done is just come straight back in. So I suspect my stop's down at 98. I suspect I am going to get trading stopped out now. We're at 0.2 at the moment, so only 4 pips away, and I can see the potential for this to come back down to probably these lows. But oh well, it's not going to cost me anything on this trade now. But it was a good example of delayed gratification today. As it's turned out, I've been up 20 odd pips and it's rolled over. But you have to have a target. There's no point saying, oh, if you'd have taken your profits up there, whatever. No, that wasn't where my target was. So you have to hold out for your trading plan, and otherwise, you're not trading according to your plan. Now, we're getting close towards the end here, because I don't know at what point the end of this video is going to come, but we'll see. One thing I'm also going to put onto the email here today is the interview I did with Dale Peters this week. Now, Dale, for a lot of you if you don't know, Dale used to be writer on our newsletter with us when we used to write the newsletter. He used to co-write with Kim and I, write a few articles in each edition. So I finally pinned him down. It took me months to get him pinned down to being able to be free enough to come down to London and do the interview. So by all means, have a look at that interview, because there's some good bits of wisdom from Dale there on this week's video for Tip TV. Anyway, I shall leave you to it for now. We'll see what happens with this. Okay, so the euro is breaking up. Last time we were looking at it, it looked like it was going to come down, but it only came down so far. Remember, that target is at 25. I've got the limit order in, so if it pushes to 25, we'll see this disappear, and it's up like 120 bucks. So it was only a small trade, remember, on the back of the trade from this morning. So it's enough to give it a little bit on the back of it. If we can get to 25, we can hit that level. So I'm watching that level off screen, just in case sometimes it might hit the level on the chart, but it doesn't quite get taken on the broker. So if I see that happen, then I'll manually override. So I'm just keeping an eye on it here. My fingers on the trigger, because it's just below that level now. That level at 25 was just a daily R1 pivot, but it coincided with prior highs. Not exactly, but there or thereabouts. So that's why I used that as the level. One thing I will do now is really start to aggressively move this stop. So I'll move the stop up to 109.10 now. Now we're really starting to get there. So I will move that stop. I'm just moving it off screen. So whatever happens now, I can't lose. I will make 13 pips if it was to roll over now, because this really should just want to power on through. We shall see whether it does. But like I say, we've just been within a pip away, and sometimes it's annoying when you do get to within a pip away and a market then still falls away. But I do think this has been a great example of having that patience and going through delayed gratification rather than thinking, oh, it's coming back down, I've got to come out or whatever. So it's been a really good example today. Stick with your analysis, and if it stops you out, so be it. You have to try and stick with your analysis, whatever that analysis may be. So we'll see. We're just three pips away from this level. I want to see if it can hit it whilst I'm recording, but so I'm trying to keep the recording software running. There we go. We're at 24. Let's see if it can get there. It's got to go to 25, or a bit beyond 25, and then it'll take me out. So I'm watching the levels off screen and seeing if they're going to get hit. It's literally a smidgen under that pivot level, which a lot of the time you could say, Charlie, you should probably take it. It's just underneath. What time are we at? It's only just quarter past. If it was 25 past right now, I'd probably take it because we've got news coming out at half past. We've still got a few minutes to go, so I'm just trying to give it that little bit of time to play itself out. Whatever happens, the stop's at 10 now, so I'll still bank 13 pips on this trade, whatever happens. So we're just waiting to see if this is going to get to that 25 area, and we'll probably need to see it go beyond 25 on the ticket here, and if it can go beyond that, then you'll all of a sudden see the ticket disappear. As you can see, it'll be about 130, 140 dollars, should I say, if it can get there. So it's still not quite hit the level on the chart, so I'm still hoping that it can just get to that level. So it looks like I'm going to have to press pause. Well, look at this. It's got so close and backed away. So yeah, it's on a different day. I would have said we're within a pip of that level. We've got to 24, and I would have probably banked it manually. But it didn't really matter too much today. It's not that much as an add-on. So, and like I said, I can't lose on the trade. We're still going to have a profit out of the trade, whatever happens. So if it comes down to 10, then we'll get the stopped out. So we'll just we'll have to see. But yeah, an interesting one. We're a pip away, but whatever, can't lose. We're still adding to that profit. So whatever happens, it will be somewhere in the region of a £400 profitable day today in total from those two trades. So we'll just see if this can get there or if it's going to come down to 10 and stop me out. I'll press pause again. Okay, it's coming up again. So is it going to do it this time? Tempted this time it gets to 24, banking it. we're within 3 pips again. Can it do it this time? So I keep on pressing the recording button because I want you to see this happen as it happens live. It's always better if we can do it that way. But just when I press record, it all of a sudden slows down again. It's almost like it always knows when I'm pressing record. The markets out there worldwide, globally, know when I'm pressing record, don't they? Yeah. So okay, it was getting close, but it's paused again. I'll press pause. In fact, as we're coming up here, I'm back up at around 24 again. I do think that we've got the potential. It depends on how the news breaks, but if the news doesn't overly affect the euro, then I think the euro will probably go break quite a bit higher today anyway. If the news doesn't have an adverse effect, I'm watching the dollar yen off screen. That's coming down, and I think that as long as the news doesn't have too much of an adverse effect, then I think that the euro could continue this move today. But just as I've said that, it's starting to get a little bit volatile ahead of the news, obviously. So I am, as we're starting to play around, we've still got 10 minutes to go, but certainly I think I'm probably going to have to get this one closed out ahead of the news coming out, breaking, just in case we have a bit of volatility. It's PPI and retail sales. I'm not expecting huge, massive moves, but you never know. But look at how they're starting to move, though. It's obviously getting a bit volatile, so it's bouncing around a bit here. So I will definitely be trying to get this trade closed out ahead of the news. I'm going to have to press pause again. Let's have a look at this. I can probably, if I wanted to move my stop to the low of this bar at around about 12.13, I could do. But let's just see if it can finally break there and get to that pivot. And every time I say that, it stalls out around this 22 level. But I'm sure it's going to get there. But trying to do it for the entertainment value of the recording. But every time we do it, it seems to stop. So I could move my stop up just another couple of pips. So I'll do that whilst we're waiting. Okay, we're nearly there. 24s again. And I'm sorely tempted for the sake of a pip just to get this closed out. So I think I will. If I see 24 again, I think I'll just close it out. And now I've pressed record again, it's just backed off, so just as I was about to. And so we'll just give it another few seconds. Let's see if it can get there, as we're closing in on the news, and I've made the decision to get this banked ahead of the news, but just didn't quite get to that pivot. I'm sure we are going to get there, but I don't. As we're getting closer to the news, I'd rather now be out of it ahead of. So let's just see if it's going to do it. No, doesn't look that way. Okay, I'll press pause now. Oh no, is it there? On 23. Can you get to 24? 23 again. Let's see. Just give it a minute. Sorry, I'm having to talk this way, but we're so close. No, it's pausing again. Right. Okay, so we're getting to within 5 minutes of the news. I am going to get this closed out here. So let's get this closed at 23.2. So I'm sure it's going to go. It's at 24 now, just as I've done it, and it'll probably now go to 25. After all, I've just taken that decision rather than it just hanging around there, for the sake of just under 2 pips difference. So let's take a screenshot of that one as well. So it's actually banked. See if I can get this screenshot done properly without showing all my other positions that I've got in my account at the moment. Okay, so it was another £86, so $124 there. So on top of the 359, so it was £440 day today. So not bad actually, effort out of those two, and they were relatively small trades position size wise. So an okay day. So that's Friday's trading today, all done, and I don't really need to do anything going into the news or anything like that. So we'll just stay flat now. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back in touch next week.